Oh, this music is really ironic right now because I'm not in a peaceful mood at all. I'm in a very time to stir the pot and stir shit around. I don't give a fuck mood. Which is kind of fun because then I can really talk without having some internal resistance in myself and thinking like, oh, but like, what will other people think if I say things like this? Or what will my family think because they watch my YouTube? But I need to have an outlet that is just my inner thoughts and what I have found relates to me. And yes, I'm gonna bring up the topic of settling and not having high standards because I am still a very I'm a big supporter of high standards, and I've had some people tell me, some very, very close people to me too, which kind of stinks, that sometimes I have a little bit of high standards, and that might be unrealistic, but I think that it's honestly probably saved me a lot of wasted energy and wasted time and possibly drama. I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. And here's what I think in my head when it comes to having high standards and being unrealistic about that. If you are accepting behavior from someone who gives you less than you can give yourself, what are you doing? What are you doing? That is the biggest act of disrespect that you can do to yourself, is accepting behavior from someone when you know that you could do better for yourself. They're not any different from you. You have a brain, you have a body, you have 2 arms, 2 legs, you have ears, you have the capacity to think and to have good judgment and to make good calls and decisions on aspects of your life. If you're chasing after breadcrumbs, you're doing yourself an incredible disservice. It's the biggest act of unworthiness that you can tell yourself. If you accept bare minimum, you are literally saying to yourself, I'm not good enough. When you tell yourself you're not good enough, how do you think that's going to impact every single part of how you react to situations, how you think about yourself on a day-to-day? The kinds of opportunities that you will look for are going to be shitty. You only act in accordance to your beliefs, okay? 100% of the time. When our beliefs are challenged, or when somebody speaks up about something and you feel defensive, that's a little wound. And someone's like, they're poking at it, you know, they're like, oh, they're pushing your buttons, and that bothers you because that is not in alignment to your belief. When people get emotionally charged and upset about things, it's because they don't believe in that. They have different experiences. Maybe they're a different age. There's a whole lot of components that go into shaping our individual beliefs. Now, are they wrong? Not necessarily. Maybe they can be warped, sure, but everyone, I believe, is entitled to have their own belief system, and that's the beautiful thing about it, is it's yours. Once you become aware that you can change your belief system, yes, it's programmed in childhood, yada yada, but once you become aware, you can change it through like repetitive retelling and reprogramming. That is how you change it. Nobody has to know what you decide to believe. Nobody has to know. But when it comes to accepting this bare minimum behavior from these boys, that is old programming. You're just running on autopilot, and I don't want to get super upset because like I know that everyone's operating at the level of consciousness that they are at right now, but I do want to bring awareness and kind of knock some sense into people. Like, I've heard of so many girls being in relationships and just complaining because they're saying, oh yeah, my boyfriend treats me like shit. Or when they're talking about an ex relationship, they're like, oh yeah, he treated me so bad. I'm like, wouldn't it be great if you just left? Like, if you just weren't in that relationship? And that's way easier said than done. But a lot of it stems from feeling lonely and feeling like you can't be by yourself. And if you're by yourself, that somehow means that you're unlovable, not good enough, ugly, unattractive, just a not full and complete human being. It's stupid easy to find a shitty guy nowadays, honestly. Like, you have Snapchat, you have Instagram. If I really wanted to, I could probably go find like a hookup by 12 a.m. tonight. Like, it's too easy, but it's only for those low quality people. And because we have such high access to it, if we're feeling a little down in the dumps, I get it. It's accessible. However, that speaks way more about who you are and, like, most importantly, how you view yourself. I'm really trying to highlight this point and to get people to understand that you will only accept what you think you deserve. Even if you can say consciously, like, no, like, I deserve princess treatment. I deserve the best. I deserve this and that and blah, 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 blah. If what you're, like, physically accepting is different from that, I'm sorry, I'm gonna call bullshit. You subconsciously believe somewhere in there that you're not worthy of healthy, stable, committed, loyal love. It's just a fact. You always will act in alignment with your belief system. Now, when it comes to changing it, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it sucks to choose the healthy route, I guess you could say. Like, it can get like a little bit like a feeling of FOMO, you know, like you're going against the grain, you're going against the crowd. But when you don't fall into the line of the whole single life, whatever, it can feel super isolating a little bit. And we all have these little innate needs as humans, you know, to be loved, to be touched, to be to have affection, yada yada yada. It's just, you know, in our DNA. And when we go on long stretches of time where we don't have that, it becomes like a craving and it feels like a need. So, like, sometimes I really have to resist settling down for just like an average Joe Schmo. Like, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't necessarily want to be in my healthy, happy girl era. Sometimes I just want to, like, fuck things up, you know? And that's just like the toxic side of me, I guess, the darker side of Emma. But it's just constantly reminding myself, who do I want to be? And what kind of behavior do I want to accept? Because if someone's offering me something that I can already give to myself, and they're or if they're not even reaching that, like, I can't say yes to that. And it's honestly taking a leap of faith, that what you truly want and what you truly think about and desire is out there. I genuinely believe that your innate desires, like the things that you want, are not just put in your body as like a little dangling carrot, like from God, being like, oh, like you got, like, oh, look at this, it's so great, but you can't fucking have it. It's not for you. Like, I don't believe that. I don't think that the universe is that cruel. I think that your desires are meant to be yours, and when you feel like a true desire and want, not just a reflection from society or whatever, but like a true want, that is out there for you. Just the fact that you can consciously think about it proves that it is a possibility. I mean, if something wasn't possible, it would be incomprehensible, you know? And I have some discernment with me saying that. Don't like be like, oh, well, like pigs can't fly, and I can think about, like, shut up. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when it comes to thinking about things that you would love for a partner to have, and believing and trusting that that person is out there for you, and not only that, but that they're looking for you too. Like, adopt the belief that you are somebody's dream girl. Like, you are their dream person, and they are looking for you. They're looking for you. So what are you doing over here with this Joe Schmo that plays video games and fucking sticks his finger up his nose when he's like kissing you? You know, like, ugh, I'm getting such an ick thinking about that. Ew. I guess the whole point of this video is, one, to like smack some sense into you. Like, what are you doing if you're with somebody who's offering you less than what you can give yourself? Like, dump his ass. Like, come on now. You deserve way better than that. Way better than that. My cat's so cute right now. Also, reminding you that your belief system is, you will always act in alignment with your belief system. So change your beliefs. I mean, I really recommend affirmations and like sleep tapes. Those have really benefited me because the more that you listen to it, the more I notice just in my day-to-day, when a situation comes up, like within the subject of what I'm changing my beliefs on, I will automatically think like a different thought. Like, for example, I was doing a lot of work on reprogramming my mind when it comes to like guys and whatnot, and just like not chasing or whatever, because I'm just the type of person that can get attached very quickly and comes up with this whole version and like fantasy in their head. So I've been doing a lot of work on that, like currently, and I've noticed that I have new automatic thought patterns of like, oh no, like I don't need to get involved with that, or no, like I don't need to like make that first move, like I'm kind of like cool like here, and like I'd rather just like be laying back in my feminine energy and allow for whatever is meant for me to come to me. Like it feels kind of scary and against who I am, because I still have that programming that like I'm always the one that makes the first move. I'm the one that like gets things going. I'm like the leader of a relationship, and I just like, that put me so in my masculine, and it didn't work out for my first relationship, and it actually made me really unhappy and just like so out of balance. That's what I believe that lesson was there for, honestly, is to like push me onto my feminine energy journey, because I don't know if I would have ever gotten into that subject if it weren't for my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, I think that a lot of life lessons, and I'm sorry, a lot of life experiences carry lessons in them. With the whole, like, you attract what you are, yeah, I definitely believe in that. But I also think that there's a whole aspect of, like, the universe will test you. You know, like, when I started changing these beliefs around men, like, it was crazy. There's just, like, these guys that popped up that were offering me, like not exactly what I was looking for, but it was kind of like a chance of, okay, Emma, how are you going to respond to this? Are you going to respond to it with your old identity, or are you going to respond to it with your new identity? Because that's going to show that I've truly grown and truly changed as a person. And I thought that was kind of like cool and like fucked up, but like also cool. Because I was like, okay, like, come on now. I've been really growing and trying to get away from these type of boys, and now you're throwing more at me and you're really tempting me, you know, because, but no, because I gotta choose to respect myself more than temporary fleeting thoughts, emotions, and fantasies. Like, what is meant for you will find you, period, point blank. I'm gonna end this video. I feel done talking. See, confirmation. I hope that you enjoyed my little ranty rant, and I hope I knock some sense into you. Like, lady, raise your standards, please. And if anyone tells you they're too high, that's fine. You just smile and nod and continue to build up your beliefs of what you want anyways, because you're the only one in charge of that, and it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks or says, because they're just trying to love you and take care of you the most with the level of consciousness and experiences that they have. It doesn't mean that their belief system is wrong. It doesn't mean that your belief system is wrong. They're just different, and you can mutually respect that in one another. But yeah, I have got nothing else to say. See you soon. Bye.